So today I'm going to tell you the story of Cain and Abel from the Bible. But before I do, I want to tell you a little story. Now this story is just made up, but it is to help you understand the true story of Cain and Abel better. So I'm going to pretend that I tell two of my children to do something. So I give them a worksheet and I explain carefully to them how to do it. But one of them doesn't really care what I think. She doesn't really love me, doesn't want to listen. She thinks she already knows how to do it. But the other one, she cares about what I think. She loves me and she wants to obey me. And so she listens very carefully so she knows how to do this worksheet. So anyway, off they go to go do it. Now the one who didn't listen, she doesn't really know how to do it because she didn't listen. But the one who did listen, she knows exactly what to do and she does her best and she comes back. They both come back and I have a look at their worksheet. Now the one who didn't listen got it wrong because they didn't know how to do it. But the one who did listen, she got it right because she listened to me, and because she listened to me, she knew how to do it. And so I'm happy with that child because she listened, she did her best, and she got it right. But the other child I'm not so pleased with because they didn't listen. They didn't really care what I thought. They didn't care about pleasing me. And so I was not so happy with that person. I couldn't say well done. And so that child, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I didn't listen, it's my fault, she gets jealous of the other child who did well. They get jealous and angry, and then they end up hurting that other child because of the jealousy and the anger that they feel. And that's not good, is it? So I want you to keep that little story in mind while I tell you the story of Cain and Abel. So, Adam and Eve had two sons. One they called Abel and the other one they called Cain. So there was Cain and Abel. And these two boys grew up to be quite different. They did different jobs. Cain grew crops, vegetables and fruit, and Abel was like a shepherd. He looked after the sheep. Now one day these two boys brought an offering to God. Now I'm not sure if God had told them specifically what to bring or whether they could just bring anything. Abel brought one of his sheep. He brought the best sheep and he offered it up as a sacrifice to God. Cain, he brought fruit. God was pleased with Abel's offering, but he wasn't pleased with the Cain's. And I'm not sure if it was because he brought the wrong thing or if it was just because of his heart. God could see inside both of their hearts. Now Cain, remember I told you the story about the two children. One loved me and listened to me, wanted to please me, and the other one didn't. The other one wanted to do their own thing. Cain was like that child. Cain wanted to do things his own way. He didn't love and want to listen to God, whereas Abel did. Abel wanted to do what pleased God and listened to God and obeyed God. So God was pleased with Abel, but God wasn't pleased with Cain's. Now, instead of Cain saying, well, this is my fault, I'm doing wrong, instead he gets angry and jealous at Abel. You know, if you have the word anger and you add the word D, you have danger. So when you are angry, you're very close to danger. So when you are angry, you need to be very careful what you do because it's very easy to do what is wrong. And God said to Cain, why are you angry? If you did what was right, I would be pleased with you. Why are you angry? So Cain is angry. Instead of being sorry like he should have been, he is angry. And one day he goes for a walk. He goes for a walk with Abel. And he has all this jealousy and all this anger in his heart. And you know, when you have things in your heart, often they end up coming out in the things that you do. And so they're going for a walk. And Cain gets so angry at Abel that he kills him. He kills his own brother. Can you imagine that? But even though nobody else saw him, God saw what happened. And God came to Cain and said, "Where is Abel?" And Cain says, "How am I supposed to know? I'm not his babysitter." God says, "What have you done?" And God knew exactly what he had done. And God gave him a punishment, because God does punish sin. And Cain had to be sent away. He had to go far away and live somewhere else. But you know, the story didn't have to end like that. Cain didn't have to be like that. Cain could have listened to God. Cain could have learned to love God. He could have asked God to forgive him and help him to be like Abel, instead of just getting angry and jealous at Abel. So, which one of these two boys are you like? Are you like the one who loves God and wants to please God? Or are you like Cain? Do you want to do things your own way? You don't want to listen and you don't even care what God thinks. I hope that you are like Abel. And if you are not, you can pray to God and ask him to help you to have a heart that loves him and wants to please him. There is a Bible verse in Hebrews chapter 11 verse 4, and it says, "By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous." I'm going to sing you a song about Cain and Abel. Which one are you like, Abel or Cain? Do you listen to the Lord or go your own way? Do you have a heart of love or a heart of hate and anger? Which one are you like, Abel or Cain? Do you listen to the Lord or go your own way? Do you listen to God's word, or do you think you know best? Which one are you like, Abel or Cain? Do you listen to the Lord or go your own way? Do you like to obey God, or could you not care less? Which one are you like, Abel or Cain? Do you listen to the Lord or go your own way? Another song is "I Met Jesus at the Crossroads." I met Jesus at the crossroads, where the two ways